For college, I'm going to Michigan Tech University up in Houghton, Michigan, Upper Peninsula. I'm planning on going into environmental engineering.
Well, yeah, before we kind of grouped off into our own individuals, we had the meeting with all the workers in the beginning of the day, and every day they say what their goal is, every single day, their goal and what GM is all about. And I kind of like that. It made it seem more home-like almost, and I liked how they had the meeting. It was a lot of stuff I didn't really understand that they were saying, but they explain all their problems, and they go around through everyone and explain what everyone's view is, what everyone's having trouble with, any problems, and they get feedback. And so it's a good interaction day because throughout the day, I mean, everyone's separated in their own areas. So in the beginning of the day, when everyone's interacting, they get to catch up with each other from like the day before, and I think that was cool how they had the meeting before.
It was kind of what I expected. I expected to be more in an office, little cubicle all day, kind of sitting next to her, and she's on her computer. But it was more walking around, and I mean, my feet hurt at the end of the day because we just walked around the whole entire building, and we did a little in the office, but I expected more of just sitting down and at the computer. But it's a lot of walking around all day and interacting with a bunch of different people. I was introduced to a lot of the other workers, and the interaction and like the communication I loved it. Everyone was super friendly, and yeah, I really enjoyed the energy in the building. It was cool. What surprised you most about what Megan did? She was an environmental engineer. What she did during her day was all of the policy she had to know, and the blueprints for the water treatment that's under the facility that she has to regulate every day, and it's always changing. And I kind of had an idea of what she did with just through like research, but just to see it in the act was a little different than what I read online and what I experienced through other people who's told me about it, who's experienced with environmental engineering. So it was a little bit different, especially with all of the blueprints and data papers she has to go through. It was kind of surprising, but it was what I was expecting, what she did. Yeah, even working at, looking at how GM operates and everything, it is a good experience, but I would definitely want to take environmental engineering to a difference. So I was most surprised about the gears in the transmission plant, how many steps it takes just to make one gear to put into the transmission. That's what the mechanical engineer kind of took me through, were all the steps and processes to make it, and if just even the little scratches on the gear, she has to go back and figure out where the scratch came from, because the gears get sent to a water treatment plant in Grand Rapids. So a gear doesn't just stay at the GM transmission plant, it's kind of traveled everywhere. So she has to figure out if the problem came from GM or if it came from Grand Rapids, and she has to trace back throughout the gears and all the different machines the gears go into before it's put on the assembly line. It's amazing. It's amazing because you have your car transmissions and you have your truck transmissions. So there's two kind of processes to make both of them, and both processes in the assembly line is very complicated and very detailed, I want to say. It was very impressive. Even though I don't want to work in a manufacturer building, it was a great experience anyways, for sure. Yes, the GM shadowing event is a great thing to do. I was surprised that only 3 people this year kind of did it, because I definitely, when I came back the next day at school, I was encouraging everyone on the Science Olympia team to definitely take this opportunity because it's a great offer, and I don't think it should be turned down.